Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. I hope all of you are doing well and are staying safe. If you are new to my channel, I'm in Long Island, New York, Gardening Zone 7A. Roses are not only beautiful, they're fragrant as well. But what happens when our rose shrubs, rose trees do not bloom as we expect them to bloom, or don't bloom at all? I know how frustrating and irritating it can be. We plant our rose shrubs, take care of them throughout the entire year, only to come to find out that they're not producing flower buds and these fragrant flower blooms for us. In today's video, we're going to talk about 9 possible reasons why our rose plants or rose shrubs do not bloom for us as we expect them to bloom. So for those of you looking for that online gardening channel, which offers tips, tricks, easy yet proven gardening advice to take your home gardens to that next level, don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around with me today. Start with going below this video and clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell icon as well if you want YouTube to send you notifications every single time I'll upload a new garden video. Now come with me. Let's talk about all the possible reasons why our rose shrubs don't bloom as we expect them to. The first and most common reasons why our rose shrubs produce less or no flower buds or blooms at all is your rose plant is planted and growing in the wrong location. Majority of rose varieties, if not 99.9% of roses, prefer to be planted and to grow in a full sun location. What does full sun location means? That means that your rose shrub should be receiving at least 6+ hours of direct, bright sunlight. If your roses will not receive 6+ hours of sunlight or are planted in a parched shade locations, not only will your rose shrubs not produce these gorgeous fragrant blooms, they're going to start looking spindly as well. Weak, spindly. Why? Because they're going to be growing in search of that bright, direct sunlight. So remember, if you're planning to plant and grow roses in your home garden, make sure you have that full sun location available for them. Also, if you're planting multiple rose shrubs next to each other, make sure you plant them 3 feet apart to allow each rose shrub to get enough of that bright, direct sunlight. That second possible reason as to why our rose plants are not producing flower buds and flower blooms as they should is condition of the soil in which they're planted and are growing in. If the soil is lacking nutrient composition, your rose plants will not produce an abundant amount of flower blooms for you. Just take a look at my beautiful rose tree. It is covered from top to bottom, from left to right in these beautiful dark red fragrant flower blooms. Typically, lack of flower blooms happens because the plant is planted in stony or sandy soil. So how can we correct that? How can we prevent that? By thoroughly amending the soil prior to planting time with either well-aged manure or garden compost. The soil in your home garden is heavy with clay. I do highly recommend that when you are digging your planting hole to plant your rose in, you dig that planting hole at least 1 foot deeper than the original recommended planting depth for that rose variety which you're trying to plant and grow. A third reason why your rose plants might not be blooming for you this growing season is fertilization. Whether you, my fellow home gardeners, are using the wrong kind of fertilizer to fertilize your rose plants. Maybe you're fertilizing your rose plants way too frequently. Let's go back to the terms NPK ratio. When it comes to any fertilizer out there on the market, nitrogen phosphorus and potassium is what NPK stands for. The fertilizer which you're going to be fertilizing your rose plants for needs to be properly balanced. It cannot, by all means, be too high in the nitrogen composition. Nitrogen is what is responsible for green foliage or green leaf growth. So if you're using the fertilizer, which is higher in nitrogen composition versus phosphorus and potassium, you are going to get a lot of beautiful, lush green foliage growth. What you're not going to get are the blooms that you're looking to get. That next possible reason why your rose shrub is not blooming as it should is lack of water. It is absolutely vital and crucial to establish a consistent watering regime when it comes to your rose plants. Flow of water when you're watering your rose plant should always be aimed at the base of your rose plant. The foliage of your rose shrub as well as the blooms should always be avoided. Typically, roses need to be fertilized twice per year. The first time is around the month of March or April when they're putting on their first set of flower buds. Second time is around middle of summer when your rose shrubs are done with their first set of flowers. So when you see that they're starting to drop the petals off of their first set of flowers, meaning the first set of flowers are spent and done, is the second time when you need to fertilize your beautiful rose shrubs. This method of watering, meaning at the base of your rose shrub, will not only help you prevent various fungal diseases on your rose plant, it will also help you prevent leaf loss. Imagine your rose shrub starts to lose its foliage. What will it have to do? It will have to focus all its energy into producing, putting on new foliage. And if it's already spending majority of its energy into growing new leaves or new foliage, it's going to spend no energy or as little energy as possible into forming and producing flower blooms for you. That fifth possible cause why your rose shrub is not blooming for you this growing season as it should is you are not properly carrying out the deadheading process during this growing season. Not deadheading when necessary is one of the biggest mistakes that leads to our rose shrubs not blooming or producing flower buds for us. Removing dead heads or even spent rose blooms allows for our mother plant to focus its energy into producing more new beautiful flower buds for us, hence more blooms. Always cut your spent blooms at the base where the flower meets the stem, right over here. You can always cut individual spent flowers off like I just did right over here because I see that some flowers on the stem are still in full bloom. If the entire flower head is done blooming, like this one over here or even this one over here, you're welcome to cut off the entire spent flower head. One more easy yet proven gardening tip I wanted to share with you guys when it comes to deadheading spent blooms on our rose shrubs is you don't even need to use pruning shears or scissors for that matter. All you need are the tips of your fingernails. All you have to do is use the tips of your fingernails to pinch the spent blooms away. It's that quick and it's that easy. The key here is to be consistent, to take a look at your rose shrubs on a daily basis. And the second you see one spent bloom, one spent flower, to pinch it off as soon as possible so your plant can concentrate on creating more new fresh flower buds and more new blooms for you. That sixth possible cause for lack of blooms on your gorgeous fragrant rose shrubs is environmental stress. Anything from humidity, very hot air temperatures, or even frigid, freezing, cold winter temperatures, any of those Mother Nature environmental stresses can cause your rose plant not to form flower buds or bloom for you at all. If the environmental stress happens to be strong winds, one thing you can do is plant your rose shrub near a higher fence, which will help block the strong wind gusts. If the environmental stress is frigid, cold winter temperature, you can always use frost protection cloth to cover your delicate, fragile rose shrubs. If it's the high humidity, hot air temperatures, you can always use heat protection cloth as well. 40% protection cloth will do the job. They're going to protect your rose shrub from this intense stressor, which is high heat, high air temperatures. Next reason is a very serious reason. In fact, this reason might not only lead to your rose plant not blooming for you that entire growing season, it can also lead to death of your entire plant if not noticed and treated accordingly. And that reason is disease on the foliage of your rose plants. Mistake of ignoring rose disease will not only prevent and stop your rose from blooming for you the entire growing season, it can and most likely will lead to the death of your entire rose plant. So many foliar diseases, rose foliar diseases, unfortunately do tend to creep up during these hot, humid summer days. Some of the two most common examples of those fungal foliar diseases are black spot and powdery mildew. And if we catch them in the very beginning stages of their development, we can treat them so simply and so easily. First way is to spray your rose plant with neem oil. Second way is an organic home remedy. All you're going to need is a spray bottle. You're going to need milk, any kind of milk you have sitting in your fridge, and you're going to need regular tap water. 1 part milk to 2 parts water. You thoroughly mix that together in a spray bottle and you spray your entire rose plant with that mixture. I know that black spot as well as powdery mildew are probably 2 of the most common fungal diseases that are associated with the foliage of our rose shrubs. But as a home gardener who's been growing roses for years, I also know that there are so many more foliar rose diseases out there, which is why I have a video on my gardening channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor, where I share with you most common diseases which are associated with our rose plants, rose shrubs, rose trees. I also share with you, my fellow home gardeners, exactly how you can identify them as well as prevent them from ever coming back to attack your beautiful, gorgeous, fragrant roses again. So if you're interested, the video is still available on my channel and I'm going to link it up above for those of you who are interested in checking the video out as well. Next possible reason for the low quantity of rose blooms, or even worse, complete lack of rose blooms for the growing season, is pests. Trouble recognizing, identifying, or even treating pest infestations. Animals, insects, pests can all cause tremendous stress and damage to our rose shrubs. Larger animals like deer or even rabbits cause detrimental stress and damage to our rose plants. Smaller sized insects, pests, such as aphids, they're less visible, but they're more threat to our rose plant than animals like deer and rabbits. Why? Because, like we just said, they're harder to locate, but they suck the nutrients not only out of the foliage of your beautiful rose plants. They suck the nutrients out of the new developing flower buds as well as flower blooms as well, which is going to make it much harder for your rose plant to produce more flower buds, flower blooms, and ultimately it can kill your entire rose plant. So what can you do as a home gardener to prevent or even stop this kind of irreversible damage to your rose plant? What you can do is take a closer look at your rose plant on a daily basis. Make sure that the foliage is dark green in color. Make sure it's healthy and glossy. Look for any signs of insect damage, such as holes on your leaves. You can use organic treatments such as neem oil and spray your entire plant down on daily basis until you see this issue is going away. You can also bring in natural insect repellents such as ladybugs to your home, and they will take care of these pest issues for you. The key here is to get on top of this pest problem before it takes over your entire beautiful rose shrub. For those of you, my dear viewers, and you guys, my precious subscribers who have stuck around with me till the very end of this video, I wanted to share with you one more possible reason, one more possible cause as to why your rose plant might be misbehaving just a little bit this growing season and not blooming for you. That possible cause or reason is pruning. Whether you're not pruning your rose plant at all, and for whatever reason, or maybe you're pruning it incorrectly and at the wrong time. Pruning your rose plant is absolutely vital and crucial, not only for the health of the entire plant, but also to maintain the correct and proper shape and sizing of the plant. However, there were quite a few disagreements and arguments in regards to the timing. When is the correct time to prune a rose plant? Some say the proper timing is a late fall. Some say it's a very early spring, right before the first spurt of new growth on your rose plant. I personally prefer to prune my rose shrubs, my rose trees hard. Late fall season, right before my first anticipated frost date, which comes around the end of October here in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. And as you could see, the foliage is healthy, glossy, and there is an abundant amount of blooms on each of my rose plants. If you're interested in seeing how I prune my rose shrubs, my rose trees, I still have that video available on my channel, Gardening Cold Spring Harbor. Please check it out as well. This is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here today in my home garden in Long Island, New York, Gardening Zone 7A. If you have enjoyed the content of today's video, don't be shy, guys. Show me that support by clicking thumbs up below. Please, don't be shy, guys. Take that minute to leave your comments in the comment section below as well. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I personally take the time to read each and every single one of your comments, and I myself respond to each and every single one of you. For those of you, my fellow home gardeners who enjoy the content of my videos, yet you haven't subscribed to my gardening channel, what are you waiting for, guys? It's super easy for you to do, yet it's so pleasing and rewarding to me. Just go below this video and click the subscribe button. If you want YouTube to send you notifications every single time I'll upload a new video, do not forget to click the bell icon as well, as you'll get notifications every single time I'll upload a new video. Stay healthy, happy, be well, each and every single one of you guys, and happy gardening, and I'll see you again in my new upcoming gardening videos. Bye, guys.